Hey guys, we are back with another fun budgeting video. We are going to be recapping our 2022 money goals and checking in with how we did this year. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so last year we set some financial goals for ourselves, for our household. Let me take you back to what our lives looked like last year when we set these goals.
2021?
At the end of 2021.
Okay, so
Jacob had a great job that you had been there for 6 months.
Yeah.
I was pregnant with our second son,
Yep.
due in June of 2022.
Yep.
And I also, have my business here, and these were the goals that we had set for the year. And I didn't think that they were very intense. So I'm gonna go through them and talk about if they actually happened or not. And spoiler alert, a lot of them didn't happen. Oh yeah, should we share the story time of maybe why?
Well,
Let's talk about how our lives have changed in the last year.
Yeah, well, I think everyone probably knows is that the very end of October, I was laid off from my job.
Yeah.
So a lot of goals about contributing to certain things just stopped in November completely, and most of December too. So we
were on track for the first 10 months of the year.
I mean, I think if you looked at the year, the first 10 months of the year, were we hitting all these goals?
Yeah.
The answer is yes, we hit all of these.
Yeah.
It was just until I lost my job, and then
things changed.
We stopped. But we'll talk about it.
Yeah, and that's okay for goals to change when things like that happen. So I'm not taking this as like we had a bad year or anything like that, because you know what, we adjusted really well to that season. And if you missed it, Jacob does have a new job now.
I do.
I'll leave a video of that up above where we talk about it. But we're really grateful to be in that position right now. So Jacob is working with his new job. He was only off for a month and a half, so not bad.
Not too bad.
Okay, the first goal that we had here was to max out our HSA. So
did we do it?
No, close. But
I lost my job that contributed to my HSA. So.
Okay, you're getting ahead of, I have some background. So we were on a high deductible health plan through Jacob's employer. And with that, we had the option to do an HSA. Mm-hmm. The HSA is awesome because it has a triple tax advantage where you put money in before taxes. You can then invest those dollars in your HSA, and then it can grow tax-free. And then you can use that money to be spent on qualified medical expenses tax-free, which is awesome. So we are trying to take full advantage of the HSA in this last year and using it more as an investment vehicle for retirement and things like that. So we are planning to max it out. I think the max was $7,200 for 2022.
Yeah, I think so. And
the way that we had it set up was it took out, divided it by the 26 paychecks that Jacob was getting in the year, and it was contributing that much to the HSA through his employer. Mm-hmm. And obviously then when he lost his job, it wasn't going to that anymore. So
last few paychecks.
Yeah, so you contributed to it for the first 10 months of the year. We did not max it out because it was through his employer. Yep. So that didn't happen, but we were on track. Okay, the next goal was to invest 15% of our retirement, invest 15% of our income to retirement.
Did we do it?
No.
Kinda.
We were close. So we were planning to do 2 Roth IRAs, Jacob's 401k, and so we finished your Roth IRA. With my Roth IRA, we didn't max it out this year.
Bummer.
Yeah, but there is still time to max out your Roth IRA, or to contribute to a Roth IRA. You have until tax day of 2023 to contribute to your 2022 Roth IRA.
So we could max it out.
We could. So I don't know. Hopefully we could do that before tax year is up. We can finish off my Roth IRA. I think I have like $3,000 left to contribute to it. So yeah, we didn't do that. I shared a little bit about this in other videos, but my income with my business kind of went down a little bit over the summer and into the fall because I had a baby. So I took some time off, which was good.
How dare you?
Yeah, but therefore my income was down a little bit. So just our overall household income has been a little bit down.
Fluctuated. It's
been fluctuating. So we just weren't able to put as much toward that Roth IRA goal. But again, we were we contributed to Jacob's 401k, at least what he needed to get the match.
Yes.
With his employer.
Always. Yeah.
Which, yeah, we always have done that. You put in 5% and they matched 4%. And then we actually did increase that a little bit too, during the year. So we fell a little bit short of that, but we also had the HSA. So that was great as well.
Okay. The next one, cash flow medical expenses. Did we do that?
Yes.
We had a lot of medical expenses this year.
That we did. So, like I said, we were
with and without insurance.
Yes. So we were on a high deductible health plan, like I shared, but it actually was a really great medical plan because our family deductible was $3,000 and the family max out of pocket was $6,000, which is actually pretty low for a high deductible plan.
Yeah.
And since I was having a baby, we were like, okay, well, we're gonna hit that.
Definitely.
We're gonna hit that. So we had all the expenses of. Oh well, we went into 2022 knowing we were going to have an expensive medical year. So therefore, we actually got other things taken care of that. That we were.
Yeah. Any medical procedure, just go ahead and check it off the list because we were going to hit our max out of pocket guaranteed.
Yeah.
So
Jacob got some things done.
Yeah.
Are you okay with sharing it?
Yeah, can you see it? Right here, that scar on my neck.
Yep.
I don't even know what it was, a lipoma in my neck. Don't know where it came from, don't know why it was there. They just looked at it and cut it out because...
Yeah. You've had it for years and it's bothered you. Yeah.
So...
And then you also had a lump on your head.
Oh yeah, like a dermatology thing. So they just took that off because who cares? We were gonna hit our max out of pocket.
Yeah,
so.
You've had these things for years, and we're like, now's the year to take care of it.
Literally this year, get it all done.
So you got those done before Jack was born.
Yeah.
So because again, we were like, well, it's gonna be an expensive medical year anyway. So then with that, and then me having the baby and Jack's appointments and all that stuff.
Go to the chiropractor whenever you want.
Yeah, because we were like, we're gonna hit our max out of pocket. So we took advantage of that and just did all the things this year. And then actually, because then Jacob lost his job when he got laid off in a mass layoff, they extended his insurance coverage an additional month. So you were laid off at the end of October, and then they said that our insurance benefits were good through November 30th. So, we're currently in the month of I'll start here. We're currently in the month of December, and we're not currently enrolled in insurance. Our insurance with your new company starts in January.
Yep.
So this is 1 month that we have as a lapse in coverage. But we do have the ability to enroll in COBRA, continuation of benefits, if we need to. So that's what we were planning to do if we absolutely needed to right now. COBRA is $1,600 for the premium, but because we've actually hit our max out of pocket with our plan earlier this year, anything that we would need COBRA for,
the most we would pay is $1,600.
Exactly.
Everything's free.
Yeah, because we've hit our max out of pocket. So for us, in our situation, it made the most sense for us to just enroll in COBRA if we need to, which you enroll retroactively. So we haven't enrolled, but if we need to, then we can. But our son, Jack, our 6-month-old, ended up getting RSV and flu. I know that
went to the hospital for a couple days.
Yeah, and so we ended up in the hospital, and
we checked out on November 30th.
Yes. Yeah, we were there for 2 days. We were in the hospital, and I was like, Jacob, we need to figure out how to enroll in COBRA because we're going to be here in December, and they were expecting us to be there longer. And then he ended
he turned a corner fast.
Yeah. I mean, we
recovered very quickly.
Yeah, we were still there 2 days, two and a half days or whatever. But he ended up getting discharged earlier than we expected, so he was discharged on November 30th. So that entire hospital stay is 100% covered because we already hit our max out of pocket. Which is great.
So with looking at, we had to do a follow-up appointment at the doctor for him to make sure he was still okay. We even just have 6-month checkup, annual checkup type things for the kids and stuff like that. So what we can do is, because COBRA is retroactive, whatever monthly expenses, medical expenses we get for the month, we can just add them all up and say, are they less than $1,600 or are they more than $1,600?
Does it make more sense for us to pay in cash?
Because if it all adds up to $800, then we just pay the $800 if it ends up being $3,000, well, we'll enroll in Cobra, pay $1,600, and then they'll cover all of that $3,000. So we would only be out of pocket $1,600.
Yeah.
So the nice thing is you have 60 days to enroll in Cobra. So we'll definitely know what all of our medical bills are for the month of December.
Yeah.
And then, decide to pay in cash or enroll in Cobra and get our max out of pocket benefit to pay the rest off.
My little disclaimer here is this is our situation, and this is going to be different for everyone, and it can be very confusing. So do your research for your own situation.
Yeah, because if you have Cobra and you didn't have max out of pocket, then it would be whatever your insurance coverage was before, your deductibles, your everything. So it's like, if you still had deductibles and money you had to pay towards, you would still be paying towards those even under Cobra. So every situation is different.
But even it was like on December 1st or 2nd, I think it was, we had to take our 2.5-year-old to the doctor because he got an ear infection from RSV. Secondary infection is really common. It's his first ear infection he's ever had, so we had to take him to the doctor. But he got
it when we didn't have insurance.
Exactly. So we had to take him to the pediatrician for that, which we'll just pay for out of with
most likely.
And then the next week we had a follow-up appointment at the pediatrician for Jack for his hospital stay, so we'll pay for that out with cash anyway. But actually, one thing that I did do that someone had mentioned in as a comment on my video was push back Jack's 6-month appointment, because he had his 6-month appointment scheduled in December, and I was like, can I push it back till January? They were like, yeah, totally. So that's a way that we'll save money, because that'll be covered as preventative care with our new insurance plan. So that's something we did. Anyway, all that to say, that was very long, but it was a
very medical heavy year.
It was a medical heavy year. So we did pay for all of that out of cash, $6,000, which is a lot. And so we didn't use our HSA for that.
But we had multiple surgeries, hospital stays, baby deliveries.
I mean, on my insurance app, it says that we were billed $48,000.
And they haven't even come in yet, all of them, right?
Yeah, not everything's even come in yet. And my delivery with Jack, we were there for one night. Yeah, and I had just a traditional, normal birth. Jeez. So anyway.
All right, what's next?
But I just want to reiterate, we just paid for all of those medical expenses out of pocket. We didn't use our HSA. We are keeping our HSA and letting it
as an investment,
build up as an investment. I have saved all my receipts for all the medical expenses we've spent on, so I could pull from our HSA
to pay for
at
it
any time if I need to. So, okay, the next goal that we had set was $200 a month to each $529 for the boys' college savings.
Did we do it?
No.
Why?
Because Jacob lost his job.
We should have filmed this video in October, because we'd be we hit all of our goals.
We're on track. We're doing
But
great.
I mean, honestly, I think that's the most important part about this video and about the budgeting is being on track to do these things for us was more important, I think, than actually doing them, because we set ourselves up for the year to do all of them, knowing full well we were going to do all of them. We were doing all of them until a catastrophic event happened or whatever that stopped our budget in its tracks. So, I would say that, in theory, we hit all of our goals. Just in reality, we didn't, because we lost my income. So.
Yeah. But when our son Jack was born, after we got his social and everything, we opened a $529 for him. We started contributing to that, and we were doing $200 a month to each boy's $529.
Yeah.
But when we encountered the job loss, we put a pause to that. So we contributed in October, but we haven't for November and December. And we've kind of talked about that of, I've done a whole video about I think we did a video about the things that we're changing going forward of after encountering job loss, but we want to increase our emergency fund more. We never had to touch our emergency fund during this time, which is great, but going through this season has just kind of made me be we want to have more in our emergency fund.
Because you never know how long it's going to last.
Yeah.
And how long, you prepare as much as you can, whatever you think is reasonable. You can look up statistics of, on average, how long people, are laid off before they get another job, and then plan around that if you want to. But, I mean, in reality was, we didn't know how long it was going to last, so we had to stop payment on everything that wasn't a necessity to live, like our mortgage and, groceries and even paring down groceries. But, I mean, it was, we had to pause everything because we needed that money in our reserves. And because we stopped it all, that's why we didn't have to touch our emergency fund.
Yeah,
so.
but therefore we want to increase it more, and so we think going forward we're actually going to lower the amount that we're going to put to the boys' 529 because we want to increase our emergency fund more first, and then we also want to prioritize our own retirement more. Like, I want to make sure that we're putting at least 15 to 20% of our income into retirement, so that's going to be a priority before the boys' 529 college savings. So because our income has just looked a little bit different than we were thinking at the beginning of 2022, like we'll just update that for 2023 going forward. Okay, the next goal that we had was give 10%.
Did we do it?
Yeah, we were like right about there. Maybe just a little bit less. When we encountered
9.5?
Yeah. when we encountered the job loss, we like took a pause we initially took like a pause to like all the things that weren't a necessity.
So some people didn't like that. I'm just going to address this real fast.
Okay.
Some people didn't like that we paused giving, but you tell me how you give 10% of your income on no income.
Well, I think it was because like I had an income.
Kind of, but we didn't. I mean, but yours fluctuates a lot more, and we don't know exactly what it looks like. But also, we did retroactively through donations to the hospital that Jack was at.
But even let's just talk about like when we were looking at our budget of like if Jacob didn't have an income and it was just mine, well, my expenses, are they even going to cover my income? Is that even going to cover all of our expenses?
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
So would we pull from our emergency fund to then give?
When the money technically was already tithed off of to go into the emergency fund. So
yeah, I mean,
you're splitting hairs.
Yes, and that's where I'm like Jacob and I we're Christians, and we've been faithfully giving and tithing since we got married when we were working on paying off our debt.
Yep.
And I also don't want to be so legalistic about it
that we can't pay our mortgage.
Yes, and like we did not feel convicted in this season of God being like, you lost your job, you still need to give.
Well, like I said, and even once I got the offer for the new job and everything, and I knew that paperwork was signed, I was starting the new job. I had technically at the time of filming this, I haven't even got my first paycheck yet, but yet we still give now because we know that money's coming. Yeah. So hopefully that suffices for some of you. So,
I mean, at first, like, when we found out the news, we were, like, took a pause. We were like, okay, let's, like, evaluate our whole situation. But then once, like, the income came in and we, like, realized that it was like, okay, we're going to be okay. We're not going to need to pull from our emergency fund. We tithed off of the income that we brought in.
Yep.
So I think that there was 1 month where we gave a little less.
But we made a little less.
Yeah, but I think we tithed a little less 1 month, but other than that, we're giving 10%. But again, I don't want this to be like a legalistic thing, but like giving out of wanting to be faithful and generous in that. So yeah. Anyway, I know that was it was kind of a big topic of
in the
debate.
Comment section.
Yeah, and again, I respect whatever people feel convicted to in their situation.
Yeah.
And I'm confident in what we were doing with our finances in that time. So giving is always important to us. We're going to continue to want to give 10% in the new year too. So that's going to be important then too. Okay, the next thing that I have here was just budget and live life. We just wanted to enjoy life a little more. Did we enjoy life a little more?
From a medical perspective, yeah. We spent a lot of money in our medical. Yeah, I mean, we just finished filming a video talking about personal spending and all that, and I think I enjoyed it with my own budget and hobbies and freedom, and I think we definitely did a lot of things as a family, even as a new family, adding a second boy to the family and everything. Obviously the year looks a little different during that season, but I think we were maybe more spontaneous, which is awesome because the money was there in the spontaneous budgets, right? If you have an entertainment category or a eating out category or a vacation category, whatever that looks like, being able to go enjoy those things. And so I think we said yes to a lot more you know, historically, if we said, do you want to go do this? Or, you know, maybe this weekend I was thinking we do this or something. Maybe in the past we would have said no. And I feel like this year we said yes most of the time.
We did a lot of fun things this year.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually just telling Jacob yesterday. I was like, second to the birth of our son, the second best thing that we did this year was go to the Justin Bieber concert. We went to that in March. Dreams come true. It was amazing.
It's true. I went to a NASCAR race this year.
You went to a NASCAR race right
Took
before
my
Jack
dad,
was born.
Yep, took my dad the weekend before Jack was born.
Yeah.
For his birthday. So.
Yep. We went to Arizona to see some friends.
Yep.
We took Peter when I was pregnant. We then went to Southern California for my sister's graduation, and we went to Disneyland for a few days.
Yep.
Took Peter when I was very pregnant.
Very pregnant.
I was like 30.
You should have seen her.
I was like 35 weeks pregnant, and I only made it to 38 with Jack. So
yeah, we were kind of close.
But that was a lot of fun. So we did some fun things this year, and even Jacob got 4 months of paid parental leave when Jack was born, and we didn't do anything crazy, but I feel like we just like enjoyed our
Well, I just
summer.
had this. Yeah, I had the summer off, right? And so that was what was nice about it. Was, I mean, we could do stuff whenever we wanted to, which was nice. I could go, you know, and a lot of it, like you said, it wasn't necessarily spending money, but it was just, I just felt like we were just enjoying our life more of going outside, going on walks all the time, because I had no job schedule being off. And so being able to do that all the time, go to the zoo. We have an annual zoo pass. Doing that whenever we felt like it, whenever the day was nice.
Just going to get donuts.
We could just like do anything. It was fantastic.
I know. I keep joking with Jacob. I'm like, you had half the year off of work.
Yeah, between paternity leave and being laid off,
like
I had a lot of the year
months.
off.
Yeah. So not all of it was. Yeah, the last part was a little bit stressful, but for the most part, it was like just really nice family time. That it's like we're never gonna get that back. You know, the fact that you got to have like 6 months off with. You know, adding a new family member.
I can get fired again.
You
Laid off.
Get fired. You did not get fired. Yeah, but overall, was it a good year?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Medically speaking.
$6,000.
That
was our success. We paid for all of our medical out of pocket. But again, even though we didn't hit all of those goals, it was still a good year, and I'm still proud of us given the circumstances of everything that happened. So.
Yep. We made it work.
We did it. So let us know in the comments below how your 2022 goals went. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. And
see you in the 2023 goals video.
Coming up.
Life is a winding road.